Okay, let's just go. Still have my one glove.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, alright. I didn't realize you knew how to read. There you go. Can I go now?
Of course. Thank you, Mom.
Why
We'll
was
see
she
you
such
soon.
an asshole to him?
No, you won't. Now get out of my way.
Are you sure you would just want to leave with your patient's clothes? Didn't I have to kill a parasite somewhere? Pretty sure that was the main reason why I was sent here. It's a door to some office. It's locked.
And you must be Susan Ashworth.
Well,
We just
perhaps I am?
talk to each
Do
other.
you mind if I ask you where you're heading to?
I was just going for a little walk. Stretch my legs. Get some fresh air. Give it a rest. I'm not going anywhere.
Miss Ashworth, please relax. There's been a mistake. You have been prescribed wrong medication. I apologize sincerely on behalf of my team and the hospital, but luckily we managed to spot it on time.
On time. You have no idea what I've been through.
Once again, I'm truly sorry. I promise no more drugs will be given to you. I personally guarantee you will have a good, peaceful sleep tonight, and you can be discharged in the morning.
Why can't I go tonight? I want to go now.
I'm really sorry, but we can't legally discharge suicidal patients without a full psychiatric assessment. It's too late for it now, but I promise we'll have a chat in my office first thing in the morning, okay? And then you can go home. Is that all right?
I haven't really got much choice, have I?
So all this fucking around
Now
for
I'd like to
nothing.
ask you some questions about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important that you answer me as honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at last.
Of course, I understand. So, Susan, let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
I rent a flat. It's quite lonely most of the time. I used to like being on my own, but I'm not sure if I still do. Too much time with my thoughts, and no one to talk to. Maybe I should get a parrot. We'd have a little chat each time I feel like opening up.
Or maybe you could consider finding friends through our Suicide Watch service. They're very good. Helped a lot of people.
Okay. Maybe I will.
What do you do for a living?
I don't know. I'm a waitress. I work in a cafe. I'm between jobs at the moment. Has this anything to do with anything?
I'm a waitress. I work in a cafe.
I thought I was a
You
nurse.
do? Do you like it?
It's okay. I don't mind it. It's just a job.
It's important to keep busy. I'd advise you get back to work as soon as next week.
I will.
Describe to me what your mornings look like.
I take a
What
shit.
is the first thing you do each day?
Pissing. I go to the toilet. Doesn't anyone? Everyone?
I go to the toilet. Doesn't everyone?
Fair enough. What is the next thing you do then?
Oh, I don't know. I just muddle through, I guess. Don't think there's any routine to it. It depends how I feel that day.
Would you say that you feel safer at home than outside?
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people. It makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
I should have gotten a dice or something like that, so I can just randomize these things. Let me find a random generator real quick. Be right back. Okay, I got one. Whoops. Get numbers. 1 to 4. 1! I would have asked
It would
for
be
money,
nice to
I
have
guess.
more money, I guess.
Sure, of course. Don't we all? Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form
Okay, that doesn't
of
make any
counseling?
sense, because I would have to click out of it all the time. Oh, let's just carry on. I will just do this.
Yes, it didn't help much, as you can see.
Just something to think about. I can see you're really willing to open up and talk about your issues. That's a positive sign.
I haven't really talked about my feelings for a long time.
You're doing very well so far. Do you have problems sleeping?
Rarely. I sleep well most nights. If anything, I probably sleep too much.
Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
I feel like the whole world is against me.
Do you find it hard to concentrate?
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
I don't know.
No,
That's good. Alcohol is a powerful depressant.
I never really liked drinking.
Excellent. Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
She just did it! No, of course not. I
Well,
don't.
I used to think about it sometimes. Don't you think about it when
Is
you're
there
really
any
down?
purpose to this?
Susan, I'm a psychiatrist. My job is to talk people out of it. Would you ask a fireman if he ever thinks about setting fire to his house?
I suppose not. But I'm sure lots of people have times when they do think about it.
I couldn't say, Susan. The statistics show that men are 3 times more likely than women to commit suicide. That puts you in the minority. But of course, that's missing the point. Suicide is never the solution. There's always a way of solving whatever problem you might have.
I realize that now.
Please, in your own words, try to explain to me, why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
I don't know. Because I don't know the fucking character. So this is just randomizing options to see how the game reacts. I don't know if this has any impact on the game. I don't know what's the purpose of it. I thought I have to kill like a few
Nothing was
people
making
here
me
because
happy
they are
anymore.
parasites.
There wasn't a single thing that would bring a smile to my face. I kept thinking, won't it be better if I just disappear? I tried. I really tried to find something. Took a long bath, picked up a book, watched some television, but I just couldn't get into anything. All those things seemed like worthless distractions, and I myself felt obsolete, needless. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the
Yeah,
mirror.
that happens a lot.
I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Is this really? I mean, first of all, how do you not realize you've been crying? That is kind of something that draws attention to yourself. I never sat here, I just cried for 3 hours. I mean, like I said, I have a pretty, I wouldn't say hard time. Just that stuff happened and I do feel kinda depressed myself. But I wouldn't just go, they're sleeping pills. Why not? This is hardly something you do. I don't know. Nobody just says, why not? Why not just take the sleeping pills? I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
Sometimes, when I feel really low, I used to think everyone would be happier without me. But I guess people don't really care. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
She's living alone, and now I don't even know what I chose there. I don't know. Long bass music, my
Cats. I always put out a bowl of food for the stray cats. They're ever so grateful. I like their company.
What makes you feel worse?
I'm not looking at the screen, I'm just pushing the up and down
It's
keys.
hard to say. It could be anything. Sometimes it could be just little things. The way my hair looks, shoes I can't find, when I run out of milk. I get angry with myself for being clumsy, for not being able to cheer up and just get on with things, like everyone else.
Have you imagined your funeral and how people will react to your death?
I don't get the point of this. Like I said, I don't get the point of this. I don't get the point of this conversation. Does it drive the story on? I mean, if it were a cutscene, then I knew, okay, I knew something about the character. I knew how she feels, how she was written to feel. I knew how the circumstances were. I knew she had a happy or shitty childhood. I knew what happens. But I'm just randomly choosing answers that may or may not make sense at all. She's saying the world would be better without her. But she doesn't know anyone. How would the world be better without her? And apparently I chose the option that she kinda had a happy childhood, but her parents died. I mean, that's something we have to cope with. We kinda have to cope with one day. I just don't... In my opinion, it would have been just better if this had been a cutscene. So I knew something about the character. This is kinda like a bad choose-your-own-adventure book. Like, I am setting the past of this character, but it doesn't have any impact, at least so far. And I highly doubt that anything I choose here now will have any impact later on? Is this for replayability? Am I supposed to write down the answers and then I play the game again and choose different answers to see what she's saying? Perhaps I wouldn't say I'm too stupid for this game, because I'm a fairly bright guy. I just don't get the appeal of it. I don't know what is the purpose of this. What do they expect? Perhaps I'm not one of these people who is into poems. I'm not one of these people who goes to an art gallery and be like, oh, this shows emotion. Perhaps I'm a too logical person. I mean, I look at a painting and say, this is a good looking painting. I am not interpreting anything into it. And I hated story interpretation at school, where we read like Nathan the Wise or Faust, and then we had to interpret something in every sentence the author wrote. And I was always like, perhaps, like, and the sky was blue like the eyes of a fair maiden. Oh, what did the author want to express from this? Oh, perhaps he just want to say that the fucking sky was blue. No, it showed freedom and whatever. I don't know. I'm not this kind of person. I don't see things that way. Like I said, I'm more in the mathematical field where 2 + 2 = 4, no matter what. Whereas there's no room for interpretation. Perhaps this is why this game doesn't bode well with me, because it doesn't make... There's no logic behind it. I'm just randomly choosing answers. I don't even know what he asked me there, because I don't care. And now I will just choose this.
I imagined it often. I hoped people would feel guilty. But then again, probably no one would come. Mine would be one of those graves covered in weeds and dirt, stuck in the far corner of the cemetery where nobody ever goes. And sad old Susan Ashworth would get forgotten quicker than yesterday's rain. Now, when I think about it, I know that really isn't what I want.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Who the fuck is Eric?
Yes, your husband. I believe this might be important. What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
I don't know. I didn't even know she was fucking married. Apparently she has a daughter she doesn't know about. Now she has a husband who came out of nowhere. So I can choose whether she's living alone, what kind of childhood she has, but then they... I don't know, this is like they give me a clay figure. I can detail myself, but some parts are already detailed. So I kinda have to choose randomly to make it a whole picture, even though it may or may not make sense. So Eric, the answers to Eric are all negative. She doesn't want to talk about Eric at all. So I can choose that she had a happy childhood, but I can't choose that she kinda had a happy relationship. Okay. I don't really want to talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. It's... These options are all the same.
This has nothing to do with him. Can I go home now, please?
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one.